What on earth was that?
Well, because we've got Keanu Reeves on the show, I thought I'd take you to a place where anything could happen.
Well, you could have taken us somewhere with a beach.
And Alex Jones. And yes, we've got the Hollywood heartthrob, famous for amongst many, many others.
Bill and Ted.
Point Break.
Speed.
And, of course, The Matrix.
Which means that The One is on The One Show.
It's Keanu Reeves! Excellent!
Well done.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Keanu, now you're in the UK for a few months. You're filming a new movie. Your mum is English, is that right?
Yes, to all of those statements, yes.
Yes.
My mother's English. I'm here working on a film called 47 Ronin, and also a film happens to be opening here now called Henry's Crime that I'm in, and now I'm here.
Now you're here. Do you feel at home here, though?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, over the years, I've made some friends who live here, so that's, you know, that always kind of changes how you are in a city. You know, you've got friends there.
Do you think you've picked up any English traits from your mother?
English traits?
Yeah, what's your mother taught you that's particularly English, do you think? Because you're a big fan of English comedy, aren't you? The two Ronnies, you like Monty Python.
Well, I grew up in Toronto, Canada, so that was on television at the time. You know, there was Monty Python, the two Ronnies, and... I guess, what did I learn? I learned manners. I have good manners. I have good manners.
So...
You're a fan of cricket? I gather you're a fan of cricket.
Yeah, well, I was working in Sydney for a couple of years while we were making the Matrix films. Well done, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I've got really bad stomach muscles today after that, though. After the whole...
no pain, no gain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's amazing that you guys could do something, a kind of version of that shot in 2011 that in 1998 was groundbreaking. You know, it's just, anyway, technology.
Hey,
all just
that's big coming from Keanu Reeves, I think, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But let's get this straight now. You were born in Beirut, right?
Yeah.
You've got a Hawaiian name.
Yes, and a Hawaiian father. Yes.
And a Hawaiian father.
Yeah.
And you grew up
Hawaiian
in Toronto.
Chinese.
And you grew up in Toronto.
And I grew up in Toronto.
You're a child of the world.
Well, it's you know what? It's mostly my parents' story. You know, it's mostly they were in Beirut when they were 20, 21, and then Australia at 22, 23, and then New York City when they were a little older, and then circumstances happened as they do, and we ended up in Toronto.
Okay. Is it true you used to work in a Toronto pasta shop?
I did, yeah. That was one of my jobs.
Fantastic. Well, later in the show, we'll be having a special speed pasta challenge. Pasta expert Gino DeCamper is here to help.
He's got his head in his hands.
Oh my
That's just
God.
terrifying. Keanu's new film is Henry's Crime, the story of a guy who decides to change his life by robbing a bank, the same bank he was previously wrongly imprisoned for robbing.
It's a very different type of heist movie, but like others, the audience is rooting for the robbers. Cary Grant wants to know why we all love a criminal movie mastermind.
The heist movie. It's the genre that whisks us into the world of mobsters, their moles and money. But what is it about these films that has us rooting for the lovable cons, no matter what they do? Well, we thought we'd get together a couple of experts to try and find out. How about former head of the Mets flying squad, Roy Ram? And top film critic, James King. So, gentlemen, our mission is simple. We're going to plan the perfect heist film. The first job of any respectable caper is to assemble the best gang of cons for the crime. So, who are we going to choose?
You need a charmer. I'm thinking kind of the George Clooney character. He's the bad guy, admittedly, you know, but at the same time, he's very charming and you're sort of rooting for him, really.
You need an inside agent. If you look at every robbery that's ever happened, every big one, it's always somebody on the inside. And you need a man with a plan.
I really like the team in Reservoir Dogs. Actually a heist movie where you don't see the heist. It is about getting the team together and it's about what happens afterwards.
Yes, Mr. Tarantino's first feature has arguably the most iconic gang of crooks in the genre.
Here are your names. Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
You've assembled a team, you've picked your target. All you have to do now is break through the impregnable security system that's guarding the loot. A simple plan just isn't an option.
I want a plan where I'm sat there in the cinema going, how have they got the audacity to try and pull this off? It will never work. And of course, in the movies, it often does.
In real life, can you just imagine, here's this gang of robbers sitting down and they're going to help this guy called Thomas Crown to steal a painting. Where do we go and get 100 guys in bowler hats? You know, keep it simple, guys.
Whilst it might not be high on realism, the 1999 remake of the Thomas Crown affair sees Pierce Brosnan's character completing the perfect art theft in extravagant style.
Ridiculous. He got us running around in circles.
But are all heist films so unrealistic?
In my opinion, gangster movies today are fairy stories. Well, you might as well go and watch a Walt Disney film. You see a car doing 50 miles an hour coming up the top of a building, landing on a car, it just doesn't happen, does it?
If everything's gone to plan, your crooks will soon be within arm's length of the prize. Only one thing left to think of. The getaway!
Best getaway, it's got to be The Italian Job, hasn't it? I mean, that's just one of the best getaways ever, not just in the heist movie world, just because it's so ridiculously elaborate.
Really encourage getaways like The Italian Job. I think the policeman comes along and says, did anybody see what happened? He said, well, I saw a car leaping from one building to another. That's kind of helpful, you know.
There can be no finer example of a gripping getaway than the 1969 Brit classic, The Italian Job. With Michael Caine and his gang zipping around the gridlock streets of Turin, it's nothing short of a mini masterpiece.
I think you might make an effort to keep up with the others, Tony.
All right.
Go, go, go! Right, with the job done, all that's left for our heroes of our perfect heist is for them to collect their ill-gotten gains and go and live out their days on an island in the Bahamas. Of course, real life isn't like that. It's not like the movies.
And when they nick you, right, please believe me, when they nick you ain't going to get out of it. You ain't going to get out of it.
This doesn't look good, does it?
Very good. Well, Keanu, your new film is a heist movie. What heist movies really influenced you?
When I was growing up, I think Thief.
Thief.
Yeah, the film that James Caan actually was in.
Ah.
You know, that one was Michael Mann. That was just the kind of the tension, the lone wolf, the way that they executed the effort that they showed. And then another one is Rafifi. That's kind of like that, too.
And James Caan, of course, is in your brand new film, which opens today.
Yes,
Henry Crimes.
indeed.
Now, we
yes.
went to see this, didn't we, on Monday?
We did,
It was
yes.
a very good start to the week, lovely start to the week.
Oh.
We both enjoyed it, but it's more
Thanks.
than a heist movie, isn't it? I mean, there's a bit of rom-com in there, Keanu.
There's a lot of rom-com.
See?
Yeah, there's a lot of... I hope there's a lot of... I mean, I feel like there is. But,
A little bit of Chekhov in there as well.
and there's some Chekhov.
Yeah.
But if you don't know the play, it's okay, because we tell the story and it's all right.
So give us an idea of the plot, then.
Okay, the plot. Man, I mean, you kind of said it. I mean, a man robs a bank to change his life. And I guess what happens is that there's a bank, there's a theater, there's a tunnel. The tunnel is connected from the bank to a theater.
Conveniently.
And it is a rom-com. And in order to rob the bank, I have to play Lopakin, the lead in the Cherry Orchard, at the opening night. I fall in love with the lead actress of the play.
Yes.
Of course. And that's Vera Farmiga. And I guess hijinks ensue.
Okay, well, let's have a little look.
Thank you.
I'm Max.
Henry.
Henry, what are you in for?
Bank robbery.
Freeze!
I didn't do it. What are you in for?
Life. You came to jail to ask me to help you rob a bank?
I did the time. I may as well have done the crime. There's a tunnel. Runs from the bank to the theater.
You're gonna rob the bank that you already went to jail for robbing?
Yeah.
I tell you what, we do it the old-fashioned way. We go in with guns.
No guns.
What? Why?
Someone could get hurt.